What's up, everybody? Jordan James Sylvia here, screaming down the highway, ready to get some supplies to make the best pizzas in history. Best Caesar salad you ever had in your life, according to Carlos Caesar. But I don't know how much credibility it has now. I'm over here thinking I had the best Caesar salad in America at Fiorentina Italian Kitchen because Carlos Caesar said it, and then now I hear he speaks highly of a lot of things. I'm not. Baby. Can I get a gratuitous shot? Oh, smoke got wifey. Hey, let me tell everybody out there who's watching right now. I learned this. Some of the things in life I learned through dumb luck, right? Wasn't careful years of planning. It was just crazy fortune and God. But one of the best things you can do in life, the best thing you can do in life, is get a partner, a wife, a husband, a bear if you're a furry, whatever you're into, a goldfish or a mermaid. One year, my wife went to Halloween as a mermaid, as Kim Kardashian. We'll skip what I was for Halloween, which is Friday. Halloween is Friday. Hope everyone's getting good Halloween costume ideas. You know, there'll be a couple people dressed up as Charlie Kirk. And I would ask everyone to just do what Charlie Kirk would do. Don't do what Jordan Sylvia would do and put your bag of candy over their head. Just do like Charlie Kirk would do and show everyone that when you come across profound, ignorant, soulless people, that you don't even have to yell at them. Just say, "Oh, real cool, bro, making fun of someone who was killed in front of their family. You must be a Democrat," you know? And make them feel like fucking 2 inches big because they are. Oh, I can't see the comments now. Hold on. I did something with the comments, and now I can't see them, guys. They're too small for me. Let's try this. Bang. Oh, bang. Oh, bang. Guys, I've been playing around with the different stuff. Hopefully the camera looks better. I feel like the audio sucks when I come on here, though. So I got to see if I can. Hold on. Like this. 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 I might not be able to see the comments because I've been playing around with things. So feel free to comment away. Oh, just drove by a state trooper, but he was in the opposite lane. So I think you guys can see him. It's just too small. I can't see him. Sorry, everybody. I've been playing around with things. I think like the camera looks better. It let me pick a different camera, and then the audio's been scratchy. Maybe I'm just too loud. Oh, Jody just hit me up and said everything looks awesome on the live. Love you, brother. I appreciate that. He just DM'd me. If anybody has any breaking news they want me to break in the city of Fall River, just DM me because I can see the DMs. I just can't see the comments. I'll fix that by next time I go live. But yeah, you gotta have a spouse, man. It's the ultimate partner. The ultimate partner and the ultimate cheat code in life is to have a wife like I do. You'll never beat that. Audio is amazing too. Awesome. Love you, Jody. I've been playing around with some of these settings on this, dude. I got to learn this so we can do our I want to do an actual weekly show. Maybe I could pop one off this weekend with Boomer right before the election. Have him be my first guest. My studio is just going to be where I work out. So love you guys. But yeah, that's the first thought is, you know, I got some big stuff coming up this year. But that's another thing, guys. Q4. Not sure how many people when you're young. Oh, my boy Jeff just texted me. He said we were really busy at Fiorentina last night. That's a good sign. I don't know if it's just support from you guys. Yep. I love you, Jody. I appreciate that. Jody's going to be part of the podcast. He helps out Bobby Kudo. But yeah, Fiorentina was happening on a Tuesday night. John Lima running for city council. Listen, I don't want people to get it twisted. I said this yesterday. I kid around a lot. So when I say when a city councilor candidate orders for me, I say, "Oh, I'm voting for this guy." Like I said, if Brad Kilby orders for me 10 times a day, I'm not endorsing or voting Brad Kilby. You know what I mean? I actually just happen to think this guy John Lima is quirky like me. He's kind of a little cage rattler. He's not offensive, and you can't win if you're offensive like I am. But he tries to push back on the system. Michael Canuel, nice guy, right? Seems like a normal person, which is hard to find in politics. Right? He's a nice guy. Um, wow, I'm at a loss for anybody else. No, this trying to think. Again, people are probably commenting on who we're gonna be voting for. The incumbents, though, I'm just like, listen, I can't get my head around. I'll say this: I know I've been beating up on Sean Kadim, and he's been nice to me recently. Quoting my stuff like I'm MLK, which I appreciate because we do need to get away from all the left wing violence that's happening in America. But you know, he gets a little silly with his posts about I know he's playing, but like, oh yeah, city council, they get portraits. We need statues, bro. There's not gonna be a fucking Leo Pelletier or Linda Pereira or a Sean Kadim statue in Fall River. And if there is, they're gonna go missing, guys. Some BLM activity, statues defaced. Those statues will be defaced. But just something seeing and I know he's like being lighthearted about it. I like being lighthearted. I'm lighthearted right now, but he just seemed a little too like congratulatory as a city councilor and a city administrator of a city that's been in the toilet for fucking 30 years. It just irked me. So I put that on his feed. I said, he was all his friends are saying how funny it was and how cool he is. I'm like, dude, the city's a train wreck. So I don't know if he probably already fucking unfriended me this morning, which I don't care. I don't care what politicians do or say on Facebook. Except for Carlos Caesar, I care what he says. Because he was talking some big talk. Let me talk about this and on the endorsements, which this is titled, right? It's always a question of do they even have an impact? You know what I mean? Does it matter? I think it did. I think it had a negative impact. It made Paul Coogan look even more corrupt. It confirmed Carlos is like a weirdo. I've been saying, dude, he's been a Republican for fucking 3 weeks. You know what I mean? The guy's telling, oh, I'm a Republican. Can't even doesn't even talk well. As someone who doesn't talk well, I know when someone doesn't talk well because I'm a horrible public speaker. But I look at Carlos and I'm like, damn, you know. And that's not Portuguese credibility that you have a strong accent. That don't mean you're more Portuguese than the next guy, or you fucking mean more, or have more credibility. Yeah, you know. You're calling storefronts front stores, and then you endorse Paul Coogan, and Mike Vandal endorsed Paul Coogan too. It's like every psychopath, semi-literate, unintelligent person in Fall River is endorsing the other guy. That may make you question, hey, maybe he's not for me. But the elephant in the room is so again, that endorsement sucked and backfired. And you saw the AI video I put out about Carlos getting on his hands and knees and begging Paul because they're all clowns. I'll never do that. Hey, everyone screenshot this video because a couple people said this to me yesterday, right? That Paulo kid, Paulo Cabral or Camara, whatever his name is. He's the guy who called me Pizza Boy. I should just keep my own opinions and stick to making pizza because he's so fucking smart in life, right? But he loves every comment that Paulo comments on in Fall River about politics. He leaves like a good 2 paragraphs. He thinks that makes him intelligent. Okay, I'm just a pizza guy. You're the smart guy. But he tries to insult me by calling me. I mean, let me put this out there now. I'll never behave like that. I'll never sell out. I don't have it in me, dude. There's not enough money. I tell my wife, there's no 2 celebrity women on earth that can make me cheat on my wife. I'm just completely happy and in love, and not just because she's standing right here. It's because I'm happy and content. And I actually have like integrity and character and things that I'll die for in a second, So I wouldn't just go around start willy-nilly endorsing rejects. But the elephant in the room is there was like one endorsement out there that, let's just be honest, again, they could tell you if they think it's important or not. Who knows if they're being honest or not. But Chris Sylvia, his endorsement, I think it matters still. Especially when you got out of the political realm and went right back to what? St. Christopher of South Main Street, and it's, helping cancer-ridden children and raise 25 grand in a week. You gonna tell me his endorsement doesn't matter? Forget that he was even a mayoral candidate. Paul Coogan's been up that dude's ass for the last 2 years, Christopher, and he said something that got back to me like, "Oh, I'll never forget the betrayal from Chris for running for mayor." Bro, betrayal. This ain't fucking Game of Thrones, dude. You're an old man in a failed school department for 30 years. You're not like a Viking, bro. You're like a joke. You're like a punchline. But I think it's I value Chris's opinion on a personal level. I talk to him every day. One of the first people we text back and forth with in the morning. Him and my executive vice president, Jeff Karch. And he's in this weird spot, I'll tell you what, the Coogan people tried to destroy his life. And people have tried to do that to me in the political realm. I've forgiven them, like Paul Coogan's current chief of staff, Ann O'Neill Souza. I forgave that woman. Like Charlie Kirk's wife forgave the guy who almost blew his head off. Because, to hold grudges just, poisoned yourself all day, every day. I learned that many years ago from my father. 21 years ago, I was 23 when I learned that in Iraq, to not keep grudges, because you're only hurting yourself. The other person's going on about their day, having a great day, and you're sitting there stewing in fucking misery. So, but they did that to Chris. So Chris could be vengeful and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna support, Boomer," because I don't think Chris operates that way. He's a little torn about the whole thing. I told him he should come out and endorse Boomer. For the same reason I tell everyone else. I say, we know what Paul Coogan is after 6 years. And again, with more time, this is why I convert people every day. I always send texts to Jeff Karch. Yesterday, I sent another lady who messaged me saying, "Hey, I was a bitch to you once, and I don't even know why." But I know why. It's because I probably said something against their political religion. But she realized I'm not a bad guy. And I feel like on a long enough time horizon, everybody comes to the realization that I'm not a bad guy. But with Paul, some people pretend they're good people and they get exposed as being creeps. That's what happened with Paul. So we know what Paul is. He's exposed he's not the mild-mannered man. He's a petty creep, incompetent failure. So we know that now, and we don't know enough about Boomer. I'm the type of guy who will like roll the dice and be like, "Hey, one dude's a known quantity, the other guy's a question mark. I'm rolling with the question mark." If I had reservations about Boomer, I just wouldn't vote. I've spent many times I don't vote, for that office or whatever. So, that's how I feel about it. I think Chris should come out and endorse. He's gonna make his own decision. We talked about it, and I respect his decision. It's his decision to make. But this is the same. I gave him the same speech I gave everyone in Fall River. That's my thoughts on it. That's why I think everyone should vote for Boomer. And it's up to all these people to make their own decisions. It's inside of a week. And that's really it, you know. I'm at my destination. Hold on, my wife's signing off with this girl who loves me. Give them a nice smile at least, babe, so they don't think you're upset. No one will RBF. That girl right here, hold on. Let me kiss. Let me kiss to everyone. That's what life is all about. Fuck all these politicians. They're all criminals. But when you have a wife like that and four perfect kids, then you can just sit back like I do and laugh. You know, Jay Rizzo. Christopher's not helping Boomer. Jay Rizzo always with the perfect comment right on time. I love you, Jay. On a personal level, bro, I do love you and I want the best for you. And rest of my life, I'll do what I can to help you in any way. But that's it, guys. I'm at my destination. Got to carry on about my day. Love you guys for tuning in. And I'll try to fix the comments so I can read them next time. Peace out.